Hello guys, this is Christian and you are welcome back to the Don't Have channel. If you haven't joined this community yet, then smash on the subscribe button and join this community. So in our last tutorial, we were able to pass in our default items from our server to our frontend template. So in this tutorial, we are going to look at how we can post or we can add new items. So first of all, let's go to our app.js file. And down below, I want us to create another route, which is app.post instead of get. And the route is /. We are going to take in our request and respond. And inside here, you'll be storing two items, which is the item name. And we are going to get that one from the request body. And we are going to tap into our new item request. Down here, we are going to store another one, which is list name, right? And we are going to tap into our request body, which is list. And down below here, we are going to create a const which will store our item, that is our new item, with the help of the module we created. And we are going to store it inside the field. So item name right here. And once we are done, we will save it. So item.save to save it. Once you are done, we can pass in error as a callback. So if there is no error, then we want to console log saved. All right, so what you are trying to do here is you are trying to take some information from the front end. So let's open the EJS. Let me explain to you all. So inside our EJS, now let's come to our form here and let's give it an action of /. So once we click on the button, it will go to the / post, which is this one. And once it goes there, we want to give it a method of post, so that method of post, so that it won't go to the first /, which is a get /, but rather the post one. And then we want to give it a name, so the button will have a name called list. And then we have our new item name here. So this new item will contain our new item we want to add. So let's save it. Let's go to our app.js file and let's save this one too. Now let's open our terminal and set our server running. So you're going to type nodemon app, press enter. So once it runs, let's go to our web browser and type. So now let's try and add. So we are going to type new item is being added. Now let's click on it. So once we come here, we can see saved, means it's been able to save successfully, right? So now what we will do is we will now redirect it to our get /. So below here, I want us to type res.redirect. It should be the / and save it. Now let's go to our web browser again. Let's stop it and refresh. So now you can see new item added. Let's try and add another one again. Let's say we'll watch them loosen. And let's add it. So let's go and check what's wrong. So after it's been saved, it's supposed to be able to redirect. So okay, let's hard refresh it. All right, so I want us to add new item. Say play game. Let's add it. All right, so I think the first time we should have hard refresh it for the changes we've made to take place. So now we've been able to add a couple of messages. So let's add another one. Says maybe cook rice. And let's add it. You see, so now we've been able to add styles to it. So I want us to make it such a way that whatever we will add should be at the top rather instead of the down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just simply, so let me come down. Let me bring this one down, and then inside our get / I want us to just pass in dot reverse. And let's save it. Now let's go and refresh it. All right, so now whatever we will add will be at the top. So what is left with is how we can delete items from our front-end template, right? So far we've been able to add stuffs to our item model. So let me add the last one. So last one and then let's add it. Wow, so now our app is beginning to work like how we expect it. All right guys, so we've been able to add new items to our list of items. Now let's find a way to delete items. So for instance, when we checked this box, supposed to delete that item for us. So quickly, let's go to our code editor. Down below our post, which goes to the / route, I want us to create another post, which will rather be a delete route. So our request response, and inside it we are going to take our checked box item from our request.body dot. So let's go to our index.ejs. We want to copy the name here to avoid typo, so check the box and paste it here. We are going to take that checkbox and pass it into our find by ID and delete. So this is a function Mongoose gives to us, right? It has a couple of functions we can work with. So let's pass in our checkbox. Sorry, let me copy it. Today I feel lazy. So I'll copy and paste it here, and then call my error callback. So I'm going to check if there is an error. Then we want to console log that error. But if there is no error, then I want to again console log deleted, and down below I want to redirect. So rest.redirect to the / function, which is the get one, right? So now let's save it and go to our index.ejs, and I want us to pass our value here, and our value is going to be the ID of the item. So it's going to be our item dot underscore ID, right? So what we are doing here is we are using our EJS tag to get our item ID. So let's close our EJS tab. Let's save this file too. Now let's cross our finger on it. Let's hard refresh this one as well. Now let's check it. Wow, it's not deleting. What's wrong? Let's go back to our EJS tag and let's find out why it's not deleting. So we pass in our checkbox. All right, so our form is currently not going anywhere, so we have to give it a delete. So the action is going to take place, and it will go to our delete route we've created. And also the method is supposed to be a post. So now let's save it and go back. Let's hard refresh. Now let's try and delete it. All right, so it's deleting. Wow, we've been able to create our function which will delete our items for us. Okay, let's delete these ones. All right, it's able to delete this one too, and this one too. Okay, so now let me explain what we've done so far to you. So we've been able to take the ID from our front end. So when we go to our index, we are taking our ID, which is the item ID, and we are sending the request, and the request is a push request to a route with the name / delete. So when it comes here, it will check for the route with the route name / delete, and then when it comes here, we are taking the ID. So request.body.check. So let's go here. You see the name is check. We are taking that name here and we store it inside a container called checked box. And then we called our item model, and by the help of Mongoose, we had a function which will find our item we are looking for, the particular item, by the ID and delete it for us. So we pass our ID here and then we gave it a callback function. So we will check if there is an error, then we want to console log the error. But if there is no error, we want to console log delete it and then redirect us to the get route. Alright guys, so we've been able to add new items and also delete items. So let's add another item by saying play football. Now we can add it, and I want us to delete play game by checking it. So in our next tutorial, we are going to find a way to create other days like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, aside hard coding the Tuesday here. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you haven't and join this community. If you have any question, leave them in the comment section below.